Hi, and welcome to Vapor. Today's show, I'm going to do a short history about vaping and where it came from. So without further ado, let's dive right in. The history of vaping. Many people around the world now use e-cigarettes every day, but where did they come from? Well, in 1963, an American named Herbert A. Gilbert came up with the first complete design for an e-cigarette. The device produced steam rather than vapor and did not contain nicotine. Although the device was patented in the US and a prototype was produced, it did not receive the same amount of attention as modern e-cigarettes and was not produced on a large commercial scale. The use of the term vaping came to prominence in the 1970s and has been accredited to the creators of a smokeless, non-electronic cigarette during their attempts to market the device on television. The production and development of e-cigarettes was largely kept quiet in the 80s and 90s, but in 2001, a Chinese pharmacist named Han Lik began working on the modern e-cigarette. The main difference between Han Lik's initial designs and the e-cigarettes we vape today is that the early stage e-cigs were powered using an ultrasonic technology rather than a battery-powered heating element. These e-cigarettes also were made from just 3 parts, and there was no open system e-cigarettes. During this time, Han Lik was also responsible for creating e-liquid by experimenting with various liquids that could hold nicotine and produce vapor. In 2003, Han Lik patented his design, and it was introduced to the Chinese market in 2004. The device was initially called an e-cigar, but it soon developed a loyal following in China. Other versions of Han Lik's design were also developed and sold over the internet to the US by small companies. Word of the e-cigarette success began spreading to Europe and the US, and e-cigarettes were being sold in both regions by the end of 2007. Early adopters of the technology began innovating. The cartomizer was invented by brothers Umar and Tariq Sheikh. Unlike previous designs, the cartomizer featured a heating coil contained within the liquid store. It could be filled with e-liquid manually rather than needing to be replaced with a new cartridge. This invention allowed for further development of open system e-cigarettes and in turn led to the development of the clearomizer in 2009. The clearomizer was very well received as it let vapors to monitor the amount of e-liquid in their device. Although originally disposable component of the overall device, clearomizers were soon redeveloped so that could be used more than once. E-cigarettes were seen by many as a passing trend when they first burst onto the scene, but they continued to grow in popularity, and in 2009, Blue was founded in Charlotte, North Carolina. By 2010, there was an increasing amount of legislation in place affecting where e-cigarettes could be sold and used. Some countries, such as Australia, initially banned e-cigarettes completely, and many other countries began introducing laws to protect consumers from ill-made products. By 2015, roughly 2/3 of large countries had introduced some form of legislation relating to e-cigarettes. The EU Tobacco Products Directive went into action during the first half of 2016. These laws put restrictions on the amount of nicotine permitted in e-liquid, and cartridges could no longer hold more than 10 ml of e-liquid. To this day, the UK has no official legislation regarding where e-cigarettes can and cannot be used. However, many organizations have their own regulations in place. E-cigarettes continue to grow in popularity, and by 2014, the number of people who had tried e-cigarettes in the UK alone had risen from 8.9% to 15.5%, and over 10 million vapers in the EU. The industry itself is also continuing to grow, with some analysts predicting it will be worth over $50 billion by the year 2025. The journey of e-cigarettes is far from over, and it is clear that they have come a long way in just over a decade since they were first developed on a commercial scale. Before the turn of the century, we could have hardly imagined where e-cigarettes could be now, and this will make it fascinating to see what the latest inventions and innovations are in the years to come. I hope you all enjoyed this short history on e-cigarettes. Share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.